approaching the edge, but this seems like the loosest, maybe just nervous energy that these athletes have demonstrated all week.
Like Coach told me earlier, this is an environment where a lot of these girls dive that they're just not used to.
Piece of cake. Rouchet for the Pirates. Again, ECU does not have a platform back at home. North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Duke, likely your closest commutes.
Actually, they do not train platform. They have a spring training camp where they go down once a year to Florida. They'll train there, and that's it.
Sarah Blank has had some nice looks on the springboards during the week. The junior is second in this rotation of 8 divers.
That's when they'll train platform. Otherwise, if there's a pool that they compete at and there's a platform there, that's the only other time that they will train platform.
Morgan Fiske.
Slightly over on the entry, but a really nice top coming off that platform.
5.5 straight across for one of our 3 Mustangs in the field here. Another Mustang in Kara Bradley, freshman.
That was a nice dive. Little over on the entry, that's why you see that splash, but executed really well. Great form.
And now our 3rd and final Mustang, the freshman Katie Crown. The difference between the platform and the springboard, just 5 rounds as opposed to 6.
Entry. You heard that one. Ellen Posh is going to be one of your more experienced platform divers.
In fact, it'll be 2 Bearcats that are your favorites after the prelims. So Ellen Posh, the senior, with her first of 5 dives tonight.
Focus on. Once you're able to calm the noise and focus, takes a little while.
All of the fans and the spectator are able to see the same views, including this one, that you are at home. So they are gaining, you have to imagine, an additional appreciation.
She's probably going to be one of the more experienced ones as well. It should come down to her or Ellen Posh, as they've had most experience on platform.
And her teammate Sarah Blank, as Rouchet has at the moment reclaimed the advantage.
Nice entry, very nice entry.
Just off the lead right now, behind her teammate.
This will be our first diver from 10 meter, Morgan Fiske, which means you can control the dive a little bit better. But you want to show control at the top of the dive, and hers was a little bit fast there. Still good scores.
And that will make her your lead diver for the moment. And now her Mustang teammate, Kara Bradley, the freshman.
Nice dive, a little bit late, and the degree of difficulty would be higher and she'd get better scores. But again, it's a little uncomfortable making that jump.
Let's see if Patricia Roscoe, the sophomore from Cincinnati, can wrestle the lead back.
Beautiful. Great, great form.
And she is back in front with 2 dives complete for her. Again, our 3rd Mustang is Katie Crown, the freshman.
This will be the same dive that you just saw. Pretty. Got a 7 there.
Yeah, 7, a 6.5, and 3 6s.
The way that she came out of that dive, you'll see her grab her pike and then she comes out with her arms. That's important to show. It shows control. It shows that your rotation's quick enough.
That's again Ellen Posh. She took the lead over, and you would expect her to do the same again here with a solid effort.
That was a great dive. She came out just a little bit late, but that's also because she had such a great rotation and top start of that dive.
And now Claire Sherman to put a cap on round 2.
Great dive.
Needs a 48.90 to take the lead and will come up just short. So her teammate Ellen Posh is your leader through 2 rounds. Imagine the mindset of your average diver already lends itself to trying new things.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. As I asked the diving coach earlier for SMU, you know, it's interesting trying to get. That was beautiful. That entry was extremely clean. That's probably the nicest dive we've seen tonight. But there are some divers that are sole springboard divers that are phenomenal, but just aren't comfortable on platform.
So Rocher is in the lead. Her fellow Pirate Sarah Blank now with her third dive, about to complete half of her lineup.
The top of that dive was beautiful, but it's too good.
A pair of Mustangs. In fact, Bryce Klein of the men is up there cheering them on.
See, now Morgan Fisk's dive was not nearly as pretty at the top as Sarah Blank's was, but because it was more controlled and a little bit slower, she had a great entry and her scores were a little bit higher.
Here's Kara Bradley.
A little bit short. I know that's one of the young Mustangs that Coach Schmidt is looking forward to working with. Now on here, you really want to show control. This is where most of your former gymnasts are going to excel. It doesn't matter how you kick up into that arm stand. A lot of women will go from the side, or that's a popular way too, kicking up. But as long as you show control, it doesn't. It's only in my case. Not quite a good push off in the arm stand that she wanted.
Ellen Posh. It's been a good day for the Bearcats as a whole, both women and men.
That was a very nice dive and a really clean entry.
Judges agree on that one. And here's Sherman to close out round 3.
Great dive.
She'll stay in the hunt with that score. All 6s and 6s and a halves. Again, the platform, it's 5 rounds instead of 6.
5 for the women, 6 for the men. And again, you want to do 1 forward, 1 backwards. Usually reverse is the one we're not.
This is a chance for teams to try to close a gap against Houston. Cougars with no divers here off the platform. So each of the Pirates have 1 dive remaining. Morgan Fisk.
Great dive.
Over on 5 meters, Kara Bradley for SMU.
Good dive.
Her teammate Morgan Fisk right now is your leader. Patricia Roscoe for Cincinnati, your first of 3 Bearcats.
And that was very solid.
And she'll easily surpass that 26.7 that she would need.
Just a really good top of the dive. You see her reach at the top, pull her pike up to her hands, and that rotation is very clean.
Roscoe continues to stay in the hunt with Ellen Posh. Posh is on deck. Here's Katie Crown for SMU.
Mustangs. And you could see why there. That kind of takeoff.
Roscoe hanging on to the lead. Here's Ellen Posh for Cincinnati, her teammate. Her second to last dive.
Very nice top of the dive. Really good top, though.
That puts her back in first where she has been after each of those first 3 rounds, with 1 more Bearcat to go here, and Claire Sherman, a champion this week in her own right. And Ellen Posh will hang on to the lead with 1 round remaining as Sherman closes the door on round 4. Final dive off the platform here tonight for Alicia Rouchet.
25 to take the lead.
And she'll come up just short of that lead after her final dive. Sarah Blank, the last Pirate we will see off the platform for the women. See how Morgan Fisk can close things out. Won't take much to put her in that leader spot, at least briefly.
This will be the same dive that you just saw, but just from 7 meter.
And the junior has completed her 5 dives and will find herself right now your leader. And again, second of 3 Mustangs. Kara Bradley with her 5th and final dive.
Good start. She got a nice jump and takeoff off of the platform to start her twist. That's a good dive.
Her teammate Fisk will remain in the lead, but Roscoe has a more than realistic chance to claim that advantage here on her 5th and final dive. Could the Bearcats make it a sweep of the podium?
Very nice. Very, very nice. Again, and then closes off with a very clean entry.
What a way to finish for Patricia Roscoe, the sophomore. And that will almost guarantee the Bearcats your 3 medals.
Great dive by Katie Crown.
And a great way to go out for the Mustang.
That's another dive by Katie Crown that she has the potential to take up to 10 meter.
So a Bearcat is leading, and there are 2 Bearcats to go here. The last 2 dives of the night belong to Ellen Posh and Claire Sherman. Posh has been your leader since round 1. Final dive for the senior.
I hated watching when people would be standing on the platform.
That was her own teammate looking on.
She had a nice top of that dive, but wasn't able to come out of it super clean. As you see, she's short on that entry.
No, and that means that right now Patricia Roscoe is still in position for the gold. Posh was not able to overtake her. It's Claire Sherman who will be the Bearcat with the last chance to strip gold away from her teammate. Not enough. The sophomore Patricia Roscoe will take the championship in the women's platform diving.
Wow.
A strong overall showing, though, by the Bearcats as a team. An entertaining event. And congratulations to Patricia and the Bearcats. More valuable points on the women's side.
Oh, I love that. That's great to see.
You think Dean's ever jumped off the 10 meter?
You'd be surprised with some of the men swimmers. They're pretty gutsy.